rapper would you rather beef with, Kendrick Lamar or 50 Cent? Good answer, because it doesn't matter who you choose, you're screwed either way. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking. Hold on, I saw what Kendrick Lamar did to Drake. What 50 Cent do? Well, you see, it's not about what he's done to the people he's beefed with. It's about what he's doing to the people he's beefed with. Because you see, when you start beefing with 50 Cent, you beefing for life. He will never stop. Which is why Curtis 50 Cent Jackson has a problem. He has so many beefs with so many people, including some of the most dangerous crime lords on the planet, which is where our story begins. Meet Big Meech, founder and leader of the Black Mafia family, aka BMF, which at one point was one of the biggest criminal organizations in the US. Now, something important to note is BMF was really popular in hip hop culture, which is adjacent to black culture. But something even more important to note is when I say popular, I do not mean celebrated. I mean more like infamous, kind of like the Yakuza or the Italian Mafia. Now, Big Meech and BMF eventually get taken down by federal agents, but when something like this happens, eventually people are gonna be knocking on your door to make a movie, which is where 50 Cent comes in. You see, he produces movies and TV shows, so he says, hey, Big Meech says, 50 Cent says, hey, let's make a movie or TV show about your life. Big Meech says, oh, that's a good idea, but that might be a little complicated. Because you see, listen closely, apparently, Big Meech signed his life rights away to a woman named Tammy Cohen. Now, what life rights are is basically the right to make a book, a TV show, a movie about someone's life. And again, Big Meech signed his life rights over to Tammy Cohen. We'll talk about why in a second. But first, back to 50 Cent. He goes to Tammy. He says, hey, Big Meech and I, we're trying to make a TV show. He said, you got his life rights. She said, I do got his life rights. He said, okay, well, can we make this TV show? She says, for sure. And while they make the TV show, it's a hit. Big Meech is played by his son, Lil Meech. Everything's running smoothly. But here's where things start to get wicked. Big Meech gets released from prison. Remember this picture I showed you earlier? Does that look like jail to you? You're not paying attention. Lock in. Everybody said, yo, Big Meech is out. And then people said, yo, Big Meech is out. I got people thinking, one of the biggest crime lords, how did he get released? Federal agents, what did he do again? Federal agents said, nothing too crazy. He worked with the cartel, allegedly had people sold about 300 million in, yeah. People said, whoa, Nelly, that sounds like a life sentence. And he still look alive. Because you see, the thing is, he was only in jail for 15 years. He got a 30-year sentence. Only did 15. Now, I don't know how good your math is, but that's only half the time. And when someone gets out that early for such big crimes, people usually think they snitched, giving up other people so they can get out early. Now, we're gonna put whether he snitched or not to the side as well. It'll make more sense as the story goes. What do we have on the side so far? We have, why did Big Meech sign his life rights away? And is Big Meech a snitch or not? Keep those questions in the back of your mind. Okay, so Big Meech out of prison. Again, people are questioning if he's a snitch, but it's not like a huge deal. Big Meech suddenly pops up in a picture with Rick Ross. Rick Ross says, yo, Big Meech home. We're gonna do a welcome home Big Meech concert. Everyone goes, whoa, but damn. One of the many people 50 Cent is beefing with is Rick Ross. Apparently, 50 Cent looked at Rick Ross funny at an award show and they've hated each other ever since. 50 Cent said, oh, Big Meech, you gonna take pictures with people that I don't like? Okay, everybody, Big Meech is a snitch. Everybody said, excuse me? 50 Cent said, y'all heard me? Big Meech is a tattletale. Big Meech said, I usually don't address this kind of stuff, but I'm not a tattletale. 50 Cent tripping. 50 Cent said, well, I'm tripping? Why don't we just ask Tammy if I'm tripping? Remember, Tammy has Big Meech's life rights. So 50 Cent plays an audio recording of Tammy saying, yeah, let's just tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. 50 Cent said the truth being that Tammy and Big Meech started having problems. So Tammy went over to 50 Cent and said, hey, by the way, truth is Big Meech is a snitch. And that him and Tammy are gonna make a documentary about how exactly Big Meech did the snitching. But essentially the story goes that Big Meech did something called third-party snitching, that he got someone that he loved and trusted with everything to snitch for him. That someone being Tammy Cohen. Listen closely. People guess that the reason that Tammy owns Big Meech's life rights is Big Meech might have said something like, hey, Tammy, if you go snitch for me, I'll give you my life rights. It's gonna be worth a lot of money. Or Big Meech might have gave her his life rights and said, you see how much I love and trust you? Can you snitch for me? Either way, the result is Tammy snitches for him. But okay, here's the tricky part. The snitching actually didn't work. Tammy was apparently caught watching Netflix, if you don't know what that means, look in the comments, with the federal agent that she was snitching to. The judge said, hey, yo, the deal does not count. Snitching off the table. A federal agent said, why? The judge said, are you stupid? How do we know if you were doing your job honestly or if you were just trying to get favors from Tammy? The federal agent said, oh, that's a good point. All right, I'm gonna turn to my badge. Now, even though the snitching did not work, Big Meech got out early anyway. According to the courts, it was simply because Big Meech didn't cause any problems in prison and he seemed to really turn his life around. It also might be because we treat drug offenses less harshly than we used to back then when the war on drugs was like at its height. Now, 50 Cent's point is basically, even though Big Meech didn't get out for snitching, he still snitched. It didn't work for him, but he still did it. Sure, he got out on good behavior, but again, he still tried to snitch on everyone. Big Meech again saying that is not true. I didn't snitch, I did my time. And to be fair to Big Meech, there's so many hidden parts to the story that haven't been revealed. So far, people can only speculate as to whether he snitched or not. So far, everybody kind of has their own take. But again, Big Meech saying, don't listen to 50 Cent, I did not snitch. Rick Ross said, yeah, 50. Matter of fact, you don't know who you messing with, 50, that's Big Meech. Me and Big Meech finna do a movie our damn selves. 50 Cent said, Rick Ross? Rick Ross said, oh. 50 said, I wouldn't do that, because in fact, I own the life rights. Big Meech said, but I gave my life rights to Tammy Combs. The TikToker said it himself. 50 Cent said, yeah, but then she sold them to me. So now I'm finna make a story about how you snitching. Yes, in a surprising twist, 50 Cent reveals that he now in fact owns Big Meech's life rights, meaning that he owns the rights to Big Meech's life story. And imagine if your op owns the rights to your life story. That's tough. Rick Ross said, damn, bro, that's tough. But don't worry, we still finna do a benefit concert for you, Big Meech. We finna get it popping. Well, it turns out the venue canceled the concert because apparently it didn't sell enough tickets, which makes sense. Remember what I said earlier, Big Meech and BMF are more infamous, not celebrated. People aren't going, whoa, Big Meech is home, let me go see him in concert. People mostly just don't care. Rick Ross said, damn, all right, Meech, I'ma holla at you. Oh. And of course, 50 Cent rubbed in the fact that the concert didn't go through. In fact, I don't think this beef is close to over. In fact, while 50 Cent was beefing with Big Meech and Rick Ross, he was beefing with like 5 other people at the same exact time. He told Big Meech's son, hey, we never doing another show again, your career over. He posted this picture making fun of somebody who passed away, Irv Gotti. Yeah, when I said 50 Cent's gonna beef with you for life, I didn't mean your life, I meant his life. Irv Gotti is basically one of the first people 50 Cent started beefing with. Irv Gotti, founder of a group called Erder Inc. with Ja Rule. This is where the 50 Cent and Ja Rule beef comes from. I made a video about it. But all in all, this beef was so bad, it's the reason 50 Cent got 9 times. Because hey, would you look at that? It's another crime lord, a man named Kenneth Supreme, who 50 Cent also had beef with. 50 Cent's beef with Ja Rule, Irv Gotti, and Kenneth Supreme all intertwined, which again ended up with 50 getting 9 times and surviving. Of course, it's way more complicated than that. Go watch the other video. But anyway, as for 50 Cent and Big Meech, we're still in the middle of the story. So we're gonna have to wait and see if 50 Cent drops a documentary about Big Meech allegedly snitching.